Good evening, me, myself, and I, as always. And it's Friday, which means it's my Tuesday. Well, yeah, my Tuesday. 12:10 a.m. Whatever. So the thought for today is the importance of being prepared. I say that because just getting off work, my one co-worker, we were talking about who's got what kind of phone and such, and she's got the phone just one notch down from mine. I got the S8, the S9, whatever, and she's got the S8. So she's, her phone's dying, needs to be charged. Well, anyhow, long story short, I left my charger at work so she can use it to charge her phone. Also showed her how to shut off the extra garbage in the background so it saves the battery life, make it last a little longer. She's always on her phone, always, so it's basically plugged into the charger and going. But she forgot her charger at home, and I've got my charger in my work bag, and then at home I've got one for the couch, I've got one upstairs by the bedside. So, I'm not too worried about leaving that one at work temporarily, so I'll grab it tomorrow when I'm at work, no big deal. But yeah, being prepared is important. I learned it as a parent. You gotta be prepared. You start having kids, you gotta take a diaper bag because you got little ones with you, and, well, you gotta have wipes and diapers and yada 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 and all the other sort of crap. And I learned that, in life in general, it's good to be prepared. I carry a work bag to and from work. I don't go into it all the time, but in there I've got a pill bottle with Tylenol and ibuprofen and muscle relaxers because I got the bad back and so on. I've got one of those solar battery pack deals, kind of, let's see, street light, with one of these things. I've got one of those hanging on my work bag. I've got this one in the truck and it sits there on the dash. So I just use my charge cord to charge my phone if I need to. And it's solar, so it sits there in the sun and stays charged, always. And also with the charge cord, I got, the USB connection in the truck, so I can keep my phone charged that way. So I've got multiple ways to keep my cell phone charged. Also, my work bag, I've got a complete change of clothes because you never know when. I'm a carried. I deal with people and bodily fluids, so you never know when you're going to go to change a brief and it's explosive diarrhea and you're wearing it all of a sudden. It just boom, explosion, and it's all over you. And you don't want to try and finish an 8-hour shift and you're 2 hours into it and you stink like someone's shit or piss. It's going to be disgusting. So I got a complete change of clothes. I got snacks in there in case I forget to grab something to eat. I got my back belt because, it's for my back, so if I'm going to do any bending or lifting or stuff, I wear that. Got to be prepared for that because I got a bad back. Yeah, just basic stuff like that. So, everybody needs a work bag, so when you go to work, depending on what you're doing, if you're a dishwasher and something splashes, now you're soaked, you got to change your clothes. If you flipping burgers at McDonald's or serving coffee at Timmy's and something gets all over you, you need to change your clothes, like you need a spare uniform. And you don't always have them at work, or don't always have a chance for a locker, so a work bag helps. I believe in also having a bag. I don't want to say a bug out bag or a go bag in my truck, but in my truck I've got storage spots, and I've got basically one of those vacuum bags, and I gotta go through it because the stuff in it's totally out of date. But a complete change of clothes for myself, my son, and my wife, because you never know when you're out and something happens. You could go to the park and you're chasing your kid, you trip over a rock and catch your pant leg or your shorts on the sprinkler head and rip your shorts. Now you got half your ass hanging out. Well, if you don't got change your clothes, you know, like you're up the creek, or you know, you never know what's gonna happen. So just little things to be prepared, you know, so you don't have to deal with, you know, if there's an accident injury. I've got a first aid kit in my work bag, in the cubby hole in my truck. I've got snacks in my truck, because you know what, you could we could decide, you know what, hey, what the hell, let's it's a beautiful sunshiny day, everybody's got the day off, let's go to Vanderhoof for ice cream, let's go to down Quesnel Way to check out cinema and check out all the cool swords or stuff like that. You know, like, you never know, you can be spontaneous. Well, you're on the road, you're halfway from Prince George to cinema, and my 7-year-old son's suddenly hungry. Well, I got a bag of, you know, I got a central compartment here, and I got a bag of trail mix. Or my wife, you know, we're on the road, and my wife doesn't realize, like, holy crap, you know, like, my period's early, you know, and it's not prepared. She has all that feminine products in her purse, but, you know, we're just going to Costco when she didn't bring her purse. We're doing a quick grocery shop or running to Walmart for milk and eggs or something like that, and she didn't bring her purse because I'm buying, so she didn't have that. Well, it's in the cubby hole here, right? You know, like, you got to have this kind of stuff. I have always been a firm believer it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, because I've been in a situation where I've needed it and didn't have it, and excuse my language, but it freaking sucks balls. Okay? So I would always rather be prepared. I convinced my wife she needs to have a bag in her car. Well, why do I need a bag in my car? Well, what if you run out of pads? What if you have an accident and you need to change your underwear? Or you know, like, women, after they have children, sometimes they have bladder leakage problems. You know, well, what happens if someone's telling a funny story and you're laughing so hard, you pee your pants a little bit? You know, you'd like to have a clean pair of pants, clean pair of underwear, especially at work. You know, spare work shirt in case you slop something down in front of yourself. You know, feminine products. It's summer, and that, you know, you're wearing a t-shirt and your work shirt, and damn, it's way hotter, you know, than you figured. So it'd be really nice to have something cool to wear rather than the t-shirt. Or better yet, you know, the AC's on and it's way cold in there and you don't have a hoodie. Well, you've got it in your work bag. Again, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Better to be prepared. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you do. You know, this is a good philosophy to have. You're a student going to school. Well, you know, you've got one pen and one pencil in your bag. Well, why not have 2 or 3? Have a couple extra ones. Have spares. Again, better to be prepared. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I can't say that enough, because it's a great way to think. I'm not saying have like 16 changes of clothes and half your freaking wardrobe in the trunk of your car. That's excessive. You don't need that. But, you know, if you got one emergency set of everything, you know, like, especially in your vehicle, if you don't have a first aid kit, you're stupid. Because you never know when you're going to need one. You also need a, like, roadside kit. So, you know, like, you break down, you know, some road flares or jumper cables, or, you know, like one of those emergency car kits. Something like that. That's just common sense to have that kind of stuff. Because I've been out at the lake and didn't realize that someone left the lights on inside, and we've been sunning at the lake all day long, and we go home and car won't start. What are you gonna do? I don't got jumper cables, so you gotta go around. Hey, you know, can anybody give me a boost? Sure. I don't have jumper cables, but if you have jumper cables, I'll boost you. Well, I don't have jumper cables. You're screwed. I've been in that position. So, you know, it can suck big time. So that is my mantra. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. It's better to be prepared. So, you know, don't go, you know, all out, you know, and, you know, like get a whole bunch of stupid crap you don't need. If you can't see using it in the next 3 to 6 months, or have it and haven't used it in the last 3 to 6 months, you probably don't need it. So don't carry around a backpack with 20 pounds worth of crap in it that you never use. The one exception is feminine products, or medications, or a change of clothes. But anything else, I mean, I'm not going to carry around a pair of binoculars in my truck bag, because when the hell am I going to use a pair of binoculars? If I'm going out hiking, I might want a pair of binoculars, and I'll stick them in. But if I'm going to the park, maybe I want binoculars and check out some birds, or some hot chicks in tiny bikinis. I mean, you know, oh my God, right? So you never know. Water jug, always in the truck. Wife, kid, someone's always thirsty. Which reminds me, I gotta fill that up. Oh, cut to the work bag so I take it in. But yeah, yeah, that's the deep thought for tonight. Better to be prepared. And I think I'm gonna label it, with my mantra. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Be prepared. You're going down the road, you get a flat tire, and it's middle of winter, and you run out of gas. Do you got a spare blanket in your car or truck in your vehicle? Gonna get real cold real quick. A couple tea light candles can actually keep the inside of a vehicle amazingly warm and give you some light in case you get broken down. I'm in northern BC. Winter time, 6 months out of the year. -20, -30, -40. Stuff happens. And if you got kids, you really got to be prepared. So, yeah, something to think about. Later.